Welcome back, YouTube. It's been a little while since I had a real block of tea episode, so look at this, a real block of tea episode. So what I have here is I've got a couple of farming projects today. The first one is my wheat farmer. You can see we've got strawberry fields forever or something like that here. Oops. I'm doing great so far, aren't I? And the same on this side here. What we have is our button here to start the automatic farming process. Let me make sure I got nothing down there, and I'm going to clear out some of my inventory space here. I'm going to leave, I won't need that. So a couple of notes before I show off what happens here. First of all, I did some experimenting. I found that with a single block of water here, you can actually make a farm. Where did I put it? It's over here. Yep, there it is. 9 by 9 wide with just a single block. You can see some of the other experimentation I was doing over here. Didn't quite get it to work, but... So, single block of water, you can have a 9 by 9 field. And not only that, but it does not have to be standing water or a source block. You can actually do it with flowing water, which is a big part of how my system here works. You see on top here, these pistons, which are currently open, they're allowing water to flow down. There's a source block right here, and that flows straight down. This is my water source. When I'm ready to harvest, I actually close these off, and then underneath the floor is a piston which will rise up, which will prevent this hole from catching water. And then water from the sides will actually drain out both sides and push all of my wheat into the handy trough. So let's show it in action. And then of course I've got my handy dandy in-process light here. Alright, so that closes off. That one there raises up. We've got our flow from the side here that'll wash everything into my trough. And you can see they changed this back. For a time when water destroyed wheat, it didn't produce seeds. Now it does. So we've got everything just about in there. The water shuts off and then the vent opens again. And that will keep you from... if you leave this soil unsaturated for too long, it'll actually cause it to start turning back into regular dirt. And then we can see the same thing worked over here, just the same. And all of our stuff will collect right down here at the bottom. And it's a pretty hefty load, actually. I don't remember quite what I have here. I think it's 8 by 7 with one block in the center removed on each side. And my timing's off just a little bit. But I will show you once more. You press that, our in-process light turns on. We've got all the process happening. See, now if this didn't come up here, the water would actually stop here and it would be stuck on the outside. Moving. And our light will turn back off when the process is done. Timing's off just a tiny bit yet, but let's look at how it works. Now, first of all, from the button here, the button actually comes down to this spot and it leads out first in this direction, which simply comes over here to this latch, which just triggers the light back here to say if it's in process or not, so that we're not too worried about. This is the return side here when everything's done. So let's come down here and follow it. Now, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to follow this path all the way over to here to this NOR latch. And this NOR latch is the one which powers this stuff over here. It raises both of these pistons, which covers the hole in the floor, and then it travels up here, and it raises, or it extends both of these pistons, which shuts off the flow of water. After that, I gotta come back over here. Next we have just a very long sequence of timers, which goes all the way back there, cross back over to here, over, down that way, back over here, and this one will trigger this latch right here, and this latch simply powers all of these pistons right here. I should say it shuts off all of these pistons right here, which lets the water in the center flow down out over both sides of the dirt here. And then that triggers another long series of timers, which will trigger the other side of this, which will raise up those pistons again and block the water flow. And then after one more series of timers, which is this one right here, we turn off this NOR latch, which will again bring our irrigation back. That's the wheat farmer, but that's not all. Oh no, we also have my automatic melon farmer. Ta-da! I have to say, the version I have right here is not entirely automatic. This one's part of a system I set up to actually daisy chain these. Now, this one's very interesting because melons, when they grow, count as a block, and you can actually power them with redstone. So what will happen here is when a melon grows, it gets powered by this right here, which in turn will extend this brick here, completing this circuit. So that will extend this one over here. It gets powered by that redstone torch. And that comes over here to open up this, which is simply a long repeater. You daisy chain these together, and then at the very start is a torch. At the very end, you have it going to a light that says, hey, all your melons have grown. Come do something about it. And to simulate that, I'm just going to grab a melon. So we will take our melon, and we will simulate it having grown thusly. Or it'll just grow by itself right when I'm looking at it. Same difference. So that's how that works. Now what happens when I come down here and I plant a torch, and this one has to be timed right. If it's too short, it won't work. But then this is the harvest signal, and this would be, you don't want this stuff harvesting when you're not there because it creates melon slices, which after 5 minutes, poof, gone. So what'll happen is when we power up this one here, get below the circuit, it's going to trigger 2 different circuits. This one over here is going to shut off this torch, which will turn on this torch, and that'll power this block, which will crush the melon, which is always fun to do. But then the second one, it'll come over here, turn off this torch. That will shut off this piston right here. And that is going to pull down the dirt block that it grew on. But also directly behind that dirt block right here is a water source. So that'll wash our melon slices straight down. So you'll see what's going to happen when I power this. We crush the melon. We drop out the bottom, turn on the water, washes our melon slices down into something else I was messing around with. Then when we're done, the whole thing just resets. And you'll notice that we lose a couple of slices, but it's not too bad. We are ready to grow another delicious, nutritious, malicious melon. And we can do it all day if we want. Drop out the bottom, squash the melon. And that's all she wrote. Bone appetite.